Hi my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Sabina and make sure you hit the subscribe button if you like this video, and obviously give it a thumbs up if you like it too. I make beauty, fashion, lifestyle and mum life videos. So today's video is going to be a mum life one because I'm having another baby, if you guys hadn't guessed from the title. I've already announced it on my Instagram. I think I announced like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do a YouTube video as well, because I know some of you watch my videos but don't follow me on Instagram, so you probably wouldn't have known. But the pregnancy tiredness and fatigue has been an absolute killer. Every time I'm like, yeah, today I'm at home, I'm going to film. I'm just so tired that I just conk out. Even today I was like, oh, should I have a nap? Should I film? And I was like, nope, I need to get on with it. I need to film it. So today's video is going to be all about this second pregnancy. I did a little post on my Instagram where I asked if you guys had any questions. So I'm going to go through those, and all the ones that are really common, I'm going to answer them. I think the most common one was like the differences between this pregnancy and the last pregnancy. So I'll do that in a second. I just thought I'll give you like a little brief overview of everything that's been happening, because I feel like I've been doing vlogs but I haven't really been talking to you guys. So I am currently, I think, God, my bump is huge, that's how big it is. I think I'm 22 or 23 weeks, which if you're not a mum or if you're not pregnant, you'll be like, why do you do it in weeks? It's 5.5 months. The reason we do it in weeks is because the pregnancy is 40 weeks, which if you think in your head, oh, 40 weeks, it's probably 10 months, but it's not, because the months are slightly over. So that's why they do it in weeks. And Noah is currently 1.5. He's going to be 1.5 on Saturday. I don't know when this video is going to go up. So by the time the baby's born, Noah is going to be just under 2 years old. So I promised myself I was never going to do this. I was like, I wanted a 3-year gap. But it's happened, and alhamdulillah, everything happens for a reason. Like, I wasn't ready at all when Noah was born, and he's just been the best thing ever. So yeah, I think it'd be nice. I think it'd be nice for him to have a little brother or sister to play with. It's going to be a little bit tough when the baby comes. I know that. I'm not foolish enough to think that it's going to be plain sailing. But I'm hoping we're going to be okay and that we will manage. I'm going to go onto my Instagram now and open up the questions so that I can answer them for you. Are you going to find out what you're having? If so, are you going to tell us? So we already know what we're having, because obviously at the 20-week scan you find out. So I found out like 3 weeks ago, and I think we are this time. I think Fazan and I decided that, like last time we said, oh, we weren't going to tell anyone, and we ended up telling loads of people, just because both of us are really bad at keeping secrets. And then like by the time Noah was born, half the people knew that it was going to be a boy and half the people didn't, and it just wasn't fair. So I think we might do like a popping the balloon gender reveal thing on Instagram. I don't know, we haven't decided like if we are going to do that and when we're going to do that, but like our friends and family, whoever's asking, we're kind of like, yeah, this is what we're having. At what point in your pregnancy do you think it's right to tell people? I think it really depends. It depends on you as a person. So this time, like I feel like being on social media is a lot of pressure, and like I started showing a lot earlier this time, and I felt like there was so many comments like, not just are you pregnant, but people being like, oh my god, she's definitely pregnant, like tagging her friends. And there was like someone was even like, oh my god, congratulations, you're having a boy. This was like even before I'd had my 20-week scan. I was like, what the hell? I hadn't even announced it. Like, if you think someone is pregnant but they haven't told you, just wait till they tell you. Like, I think it's really rude. But because of that, I felt pressure to like kind of announce it really early. I think I announced it at 20 weeks this time. I think I waited till 24 weeks with Noah. But it really depends. Like, I mean, if you're somebody who's like really struggled to conceive, you might want to keep it a secret a little bit longer, but vice versa, if you've really struggled and then you're finally pregnant, you might be really happy and you might want to tell everyone. I think it really depends on you as an individual. I think like most people wait until 12 weeks because there's more risk of a miscarriage in the first 12 weeks of a pregnancy. But yeah, it really depends. Like, I mean, I think I told my mum and my mother-in-law literally straight away. I think after like 2 weeks of finding out. So it really depends on you as an individual. What difference have you noticed between this pregnancy and your last pregnancy? So last time I was pregnant with Noah, my morning sickness and my nausea lasted about 6 or 7 months. I was still working in the office at the time. I used to go and sleep in my car during my lunch break. That's how tired I used to get. I used to come home from work, literally just go straight up to bed, binge on Friends and Game of Thrones and not do anything. And I got really depressed last time as well. I didn't want to go out, I didn't want to see anyone. It was difficult because your body's going through all of these changes and you're not really ready for them. Whereas this time I think I was a little bit more prepared. I think I forgot how difficult it was, and the first 3 months of this pregnancy were really tough. But obviously because we hadn't planned it, I'd already agreed to do stuff. So I'd already agreed to be like in Turkey for a week and do all of these shoots and all of this different stuff. And I didn't really want to tell anyone I was pregnant at that time. So I kind of just had to get on it, you know, get up and get on with it. It wasn't, when you're working for yourself, I think it's a little bit different, especially if you've got stuff lined up, you just can't let people down. So yeah, I think, and then obviously having Noah and having to run around after Noah as well. Like loads of people are like to me, how do you do it? And I'm like, you don't really have a choice. You kind of just have to get on with it. But I think this time my morning sickness and my nausea only lasted about 3 months. When I was pregnant with Noah, it wasn't just feeling sick, I was physically sick. Like in the mornings before I used to go to work, I used to literally throw up in the kitchen sink, wipe myself down, get in the car and go to work. I was even sick in the kitchen at work. Like I remember one time somebody walked in, I was like puking in the bin. And they were like, okay, I'll come back, and just shut the door. It was like some guy from the office that I didn't really know. And I think a lot of the people in the office like clocked on that I was pregnant because I was just sick all the time. Whereas this time, physically, I think I was only sick like 2 or 3 times. So I feel like that's been a huge difference. I am a lot bigger this time as well, like a lot bigger. I'm out of breath already. I was saying to Fazan, even last night, I was like, what am I going to be like when I get to month 9? Like this is how big I was at like month 8 with Noah. And nothing really fits as well. So that's a tough one, because last time I didn't buy any maternity clothes, and I feel like this time I'm going to have to invest in some maternity clothes. Because even Fazan's stuff doesn't fit me. Like last time, month 8 and 9, because obviously Noah was 3 weeks early, month 8 and 9 I lived in Fazan's clothes and it was fine. I'm wearing his stuff already this time around. Like that's how huge I am. How are you feeling overall with this pregnancy? I think I feel a lot more positive this time round. Last time was just, honestly, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And I thought it was because I wasn't ready to have a baby. But actually this time round, after about 2 weeks of finding out I was pregnant, the morning sickness and the nausea started. And I remember I just didn't leave the house for like 3 weeks. From about week 5 to about week 9 of my pregnancy, I just didn't go anywhere. I just didn't want to see anyone. And I said to Fazan, I was like, now I remember why I got so depressed last time, because it's really like, it's crippling. You can't do anything because you're constantly tired, you're constantly sick. And it just puts you in a bad mood. My pregnancy hormones are all over the place. So one minute I can be absolutely fine, and then the next minute just in a really, really bad mood. I think that's been a huge difference for us as a couple. So last time, I don't think Fazan was prepared for like the swings, because it really is, you go from like 0 to 100 in like a split second. Whereas this time, like when I'm moody, when I'm like just in a bad mood, just being a bitch basically, he knows. He's like, yes, it's her hormones. He will like just step back, he won't say anything. Like we've hardly argued this time around, whereas last time I think it was a lot more difficult, because I don't think he realised that's what it was going to be like, and I definitely didn't realise that's what it was going to be like. So I do think you learn a lot the first time round. So these 2 questions I feel like I can answer together. What's one thing you'd advise to new young first time pregnant women, and my first pregnancy, severe morning sickness, any home remedies? I don't think I have a packet here. Oh, yep, I do. This stuff I started taking when I was about 8 weeks pregnant. I was taking it for sleep, so it's called, this is not sponsored by the way guys, it's called Sweet Dreams. It's by Dr. David Jack. It's a food supplement. You're supposed to take 3 before you go to sleep. But what I did was I googled the ingredients, because when I got it, like a PR company sent it to me. When I got it, I hadn't announced that I was pregnant, and I didn't know if it was safe for pregnancy. So I googled the ingredients, and I can't remember what ingredients it is, but one of the ingredients in here is really good for fatigue and tiredness. And honestly, like it helped with my morning sickness as well. Like I don't know if it was this or if it's just been different this time around, but obviously last time I had it for like the morning sickness for 6-7 months. This time after week 12 I was absolutely fine. And I feel like whenever I take these supplements in the morning, I just feel like I have so much more energy. So that's one thing. Whether you take these or whether it's just like the normal pregnant care ones that you get from like Boots or Holland & Barrett, just take your supplements. They're there for a reason. Especially if you're feeling drained. When in the early months, you can't see a bump, you don't really know that there's a baby there, but your body is going through so much change. And like everything is changing. So obviously you're going to be so drained, but it's hard to explain to people, especially if you haven't told people that you're pregnant. It's so hard to explain to people why you're tired. But if you keep on top of your supplements, they will give you like whatever your body is lacking that's making you feel so tired, like the supplements will top that up. When do you start packing your hospital bag? I think it's 26 weeks. With Noah, I was literally all over the place. I didn't know anything. I didn't read any baby books. Whereas this time I feel like I'm a lot more prepared. So I think I'll probably do a video of my, like what's in my hospital bag as well. Because I feel like last time, I just took loads of stuff that I didn't need. And then there's loads of stuff that I did need that I didn't take. Even though I went through like the NHS checklist, you don't really know. When it's your first time, you don't know. And we came home, after Noah was born, we came home for a day. Then we had to go back because he got jaundice. And literally when I went back, like to get him checked for his jaundice, I took this tiny little like nursing bag which had hardly anything in it, and then we ended up staying for 2 weeks. So every day I was ringing for Zan. I was like, can you grab this, can you grab that, can you grab this? And it was hectic. So this time I'm gonna like obviously pack my hospital bag and then just pack a backup bag in case anything happens and we have to stay longer. At least I can be like to Fazan, okay, it's here, just grab it, and I know that everything that I need is in there. Like I just think it's always better to be over prepared than just all over the place. Are you looking at double buggies? I really don't want to get a double buggy. Honestly, I'm so bad with the buggy. Like when I'm out and about, I just hit it into stuff, and that's just one. So if it's a double, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. If I do I probably will have to get a double one because, like I said, Noah's not even gonna be 2. And at least for like the first 6 months, he's gonna need to be in a buggy. So I think I'm gonna get one of those stacked ones. And then the plan is that we either take, and then we'll keep Noah's original buggy. So either we take Noah in that or the baby in that if they're going individually, and then if they're going together, we'll take them in the stack one. I haven't looked at what I want yet. I need to start doing that. Did you stop breastfeeding when you got pregnant or before? I stopped breastfeeding ages ago. I stopped breastfeeding at 6 months with Noah. I really struggle with breastfeeding just because, not because he wouldn't latch on or he wouldn't take it. He was great with it. It was me. Like, it really depressed me. I just felt like I was just stuck to the baby all the time. I felt like I couldn't do anything. And I know most people see it as like a bonding thing, but I really didn't. And like, even when I stopped, I didn't really miss it. Like loads of people are like, oh my God, I really miss it now that I've stopped. And I'm like, I didn't. I didn't enjoy it. Honestly, like it's really difficult to explain. I'm gonna do it again just because I know it's so important and it's so good for them, but I'll probably end up doing like another 6 months this time. I don't like women who do 2 years and only breast milk, like Noah's on formula as well. I don't know how those women do it. Like honestly, hats off to you. It's commendable. Like it seems like a really easy thing, but honestly, it's not until you go through it that you realise how hard it is. Like labour is easier than breastfeeding as far as I'm concerned. Are you going to do a natural birth or are you all about the meds? I got the epidural. So with Noah, I ended up getting an epidural because I was in labour. Oh, well, my waters broke and I was in hospital for 3 days, but my contractions hadn't started. So I had to have like the IV drip to force the contractions. They had to basically induce my contractions and they were like extremely painful. So I ended up having epidural. I want to go natural this time if I can. But never say never, like you never know, I might end up having the epidural again. It just really depends. I'd like to keep it as natural as possible. I just feel like it can be done. And just the recovery time, that's what I'm thinking about, the recovery time. The recovery time is a lot quicker if it's natural. And I just feel like at the time it's easy to take something like the epidural, but you don't realise the long-term effects that it can have on your body. What names have you picked for either genders? I'm always reluctant to share my names because I'm like, people are going to steal them. For a girl, I love Aya Sophia, just because like I just have like this really strong connection with Istanbul and Turkey, and it's just such a special place to me, and I just think it's such a beautiful name. And also like a lot of the other names that I like, my cousins have taken for their kids. And for a boy, I really liked Adam, obviously Manal's little boy. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my God, he's so cute. Is Adam. But she was going to go with Noah and I went with Noah. So she was like, I'm going to have Adam. So I was like, okay, I can't have Adam now. I really like Ilahi, but Fazan is not keen on it at all. Or I like Elijah and Fazan's not keen on that either. So for a boy, I don't know, we haven't decided yet. I like Yusuf too. I think Yusuf's quite cute. So yeah, I think we have more options with boys because there's so many girls in both of our families that most of the good girls' names are taken. But we haven't decided yet. Would you consider a home birth? I know women who've done home births and they're like, oh, it's so easy. And I'm like, never. I wouldn't be able to do it. I feel like I would be so stressed. Like, I feel like going into a hospital and being taken out of my home environment to have the baby there, to recover and then come back is just like it's so easy. Why would you want to make it more complicated? Why would you want to have it at home and just add extra stress? Is it creepy to know something is actually inside you? I don't think it is. I think it's so lovely. The baby moves now. Noah didn't move till like, God, Noah was a lazy one. He didn't move till like 7 months. This baby is like always moving, but I love it. Especially like when it's just like, you know, you're in a room full of people and everybody's talking and then the baby's just moving. I always put my hand on. Whenever like the baby moves, I just put my hand there just to feel it. But it's just like this special connection that the two of you have, and it's just so nice. And like even after Noah was born, and obviously I kind of went back to work straight away and I was here, there, everywhere. And I was like, I wish it was like a little locker that I could open and just put him back inside and take him with me everywhere. Like, it's special. When they're in your belly, it's just you have that connection, no one else. And then when they're born, then everybody's like, oh yeah, like taking their little claim to them. So I don't think it's weird. I think it's really nice. Is labour painful? Did you suffer from postpartum after your first child? Honestly, with labour, I can't remember. I cannot remember how much it hurt. Like, you know, everybody tells you it kills. Like, just honestly, I can't. If you ask me to put the pain on a scale of 1 to 10, my mind is just blank. And when people used to say this to me after Noah's born, I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to forget the pain. It was horrible. I genuinely have forgotten. That's how insane it is. But in terms of postpartum after having Noah, I think I had like dips in my mood where obviously I was struggling because I was like, if I was at home alone with him, it just sometimes got lonely, like getting up in the middle of the night, the lack of sleep, your body's been through so much, the whirlwind of emotions, and obviously on top of that he got sick as well. So I do feel like there was dips. In terms of like, did I get like really depressed? No, I feel like because I got really bad antenatal depression, yeah, so that's like when I was pregnant, I feel like I kind of not got it out of my system, but I kind of realised how severe it could be, and I was like, I am not letting this happen when the baby's here. So like after Noah was born, I knew it was so important for me to like to feel like myself and to be happy and to be content if I was going to be a good mum. So anytime I felt like, oh my God, this is getting too much, or I'm tired, or I can't cope, I would literally, like, I was so lucky that I have so many people around me, but I'd literally be like to Fazan, you need to watch him, I can't cope. Or like ring my mum, like, you need to come around, you need to watch him, I can't. Because a lot of the times, it sounds silly, but a lot of the times it's just, you're just overwhelmed. You're just trying to deal with so much that just having a little bit of sleep or having a shower or just going out the house, getting your nails done, having some time out is all you need. And in those early days, you feel so guilty for doing that. You feel guilty for like sleeping. What if your baby needs you? And I think that's where the whole breastfeeding thing comes in, because I feel like it's a lot harder to take time out, or it's a lot harder to rest when you're breastfeeding because the baby constantly needs you. Which is obviously why I think I'll do like breast and formula again, because I feel like that really helped with me avoiding that dip and like getting that postpartum depression. When are you due? So the baby is due mid-November, which is quite exciting because Noah was born a week before my birthday and Fazan's birthday is in November. Baby's due date is 2 weeks before Fazan's birthday. And obviously Noah was 3 weeks early, so if this baby's early then it'll be like a whole month. But it would be quite nice if like Noah has his birthday near mine and then this baby has their birthday near Fazan's. So I think that would be quite sweet. How many kids do you want and what age gap do you think is good? So I was always like, I want like 5 kids. Now I'm like, I want 2. That's it. Like whilst I'm pregnant, I'm like, I'm done. Like, I don't know if we're gonna have any more. Like, you never say never. You never know what's like what the future holds. But right now, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. two is enough. Alhamdulillah. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It's just like a little Q&A, and I haven't done anything like that in a long time. I don't think I did anything like that after Noah was born, so it was quite nice just to talk about all things motherhood. But I will be doing some more baby related content, so if you are keen on watching that, then definitely keep an eye out on my channel. If there's any videos that you guys want to see, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions that I haven't answered, let me know and I'll definitely do like reply back to you. And yeah, I'll see you all soon, inshallah.